Welcome to our video summary of Intro to Large Language Models by Andrej Karpathy. The link to the full episode is listed in the description below. If you find this content a real time saver to explore new ideas, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. What if I told you that one of the world's most powerful AIs isn't some unknowable force in the cloud, but something you can boil down to just 2 files on your computer? Today we're demystifying large language models, or LLMs. This is the busy person's intro to LLMs. Take Llama 2, a powerful model from Meta. It's open weights, meaning Meta released the files, architecture, and research for it. This lets us peek under the hood and see what an LLM really is. Just 2 files. The first is a massive 140 gigabyte file called parameters.bin. This is the AI's brain. It holds all 70 billion of the model's weights, the distilled knowledge it has learned. The second is a surprisingly simple file called run.c. This is the engine, just 500 lines of C code that brings the brain to life. With just these 2 files, you can run a powerful AI on a laptop with no internet. But if running it is so simple, where does the real work come in? It's in creating that massive parameters file. Creating an LLM's brain is called training, and the best way to think about it is as a lossy compression of the internet. Imagine taking 10 terabytes of text from the web and creating a 140 gigabyte zip file of it. You can't get the original text back, but you've captured its essence, its patterns, and its knowledge. To create Llama 270B, Meta used 6,000 GPUs for 12 straight days, costing about $2 million. And by today's standards, those are rookie numbers. Throughout this entire process, the AI does one simple thing: predict the next word. Given the cat sat on the, it learns to predict Matt. By getting incredibly good at this across trillions of words, it learns grammar, facts, and reasoning, all packed into those 70 billion parameters. But this only creates a base model. To make it a helpful assistant like ChatGPT, it needs a second step. Think of it like a 2-stage rocket. Stage 1 is pre-training, where the AI absorbs a huge chunk of the internet quantity over quality. This creates a base model that knows about the world but doesn't know how to chat. Stage 2 is fine-tuning. This is where we feed it a much smaller, high-quality dataset of human-written Q&A examples, quality over quantity. This teaches the model to be helpful, follow instructions, and format its answers. This second stage is much cheaper, allowing companies to iterate and improve their models weekly. This 2-stage process is what powers the AI gold rush, a race driven by a predictable principle known as scaling laws. Scaling laws showed that an LLM's performance reliably improves with just 2 things: more parameters and more training data. The better it gets at predicting the next word, the better it performs on real-world tasks. This predictability gives companies the confidence to spend billions on bigger GPU clusters. The competitive landscape is split. You have proprietary models like GPT-4 at the top, which are closed off. And then you have open-weights models like Llama 2, which are catching up fast and offer total freedom to download and customize. But the real game changer isn't just answering questions. It's how these models are learning to see, hear, and use tools. LLMs are becoming agents that can act in the world. Ask ChatGPT for a table of a company's funding rounds. It knows it doesn't have that live data, so it uses a browser tool to search the web. If some data is missing, it can call a calculator tool to make estimates. Ask it to plot the data, and it writes and executes Python code to create a graph. Ask for an image, and it uses a tool like DALL-E to generate one. They're also becoming multimodal. GPT-4 was shown a hand-drawn sketch of a website on a napkin. It saw the image and wrote the full HTML code to bring it to life. When you combine this with the ability to hear and speak, you don't just have a chatbot. You have the kernel of a brand new operating system. The LLMOS coordinates resources to solve problems, just like Windows or Mac OS. The LLM itself is the CPU. The internet is its hard drive. The context window is its RAM, or working memory. And tools like the calculator and code interpreter are its apps. This new OS is incredibly powerful, but it also creates new security threats. There's jailbreaking, where users trick a model into bypassing its safety rules. Like the deceased grandmother attack that coaxed a model into explaining how to make napalm. There's prompt injection, where a hidden command on a web page can hijack the AI's instructions. And there's data poisoning, creating sleeper agents inside the model that can be triggered to make it fail. We started with 2 simple files and ended with a new operating system for computing. We saw how LLMs are trained by compressing the internet, fine-tuned into assistants, and are now learning to use tools to interact with the world. This new paradigm holds incredible promise, but also brings serious challenges. The journey is just beginning. Comment below if you find this video helpful or have suggestions for future content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.